Hey, it's me. When we talk about cause and effect, it's easy to keep it abstract, but it's also deeply personal. In our everyday world, we can see how actions ripple out. If someone harms another physically, the results are obvious, right? But what's harder to grasp is that our hidden thoughts and quiet attitudes also carry weight. They shape the way our lives unfold, even if we don't notice right away. On the most basic level of consciousness, it can seem like things happen at random. People act without realizing there's any connection between what they do and what follows. At the highest level of awareness, it comes full circle in a way that's hard to put into words. There, cause and effect dissolve into one. A thought is already an act. A movement of the heart brings an immediate response. There's no gap in between. Most of us live in the middle, where things are mixed. Life is not all good, not all bad. We hold both. And that halfway state is actually a clue. If we can experience some measure of goodness, then there must be greater realms of it. If we see distortion or cruelty here, there must also be spheres where those forces dominate. Where we are now is part of a larger spectrum. Our struggle is not with the principle itself, but more with our perception. Acts are irreversible in the moment, but over time, through awareness and correction, their effects can be softened or even redirected. That's why time is woven into this whole picture. Time gives space for the learning to take place. Without seeing the link between cause and effect, it's impossible to grow. If we think our thoughts carry no weight, why would we bother to question them or reshape them? Yet as awareness expands, we begin to notice that even the smallest act of love has a real effect. And even the smallest act of untruth creates harm. Sometimes the weight of a destructive act makes us wish we could erase it completely. There's also a part of us that remains untouched. Our essence, the divine center within, doesn't participate in the false or the destructive. That deeper core waits patiently while the other parts of us work through their distortions. Cause and effect, time and space, are the field in which this learning takes place. They become medicine for the soul. When awareness arises, you start to feel moments where the whole system seems to drop away. You glimpse a state where you are already whole, already safe, already free. And that's not fantasy. It's a reflection of what's true at the deepest level. But here in the reality we live in, the question becomes, what is the root cause beneath so much pain? The answer always points back to the same place, our resistance to surrendering to God. That resistance shows up in different ways, as anxiety, as doubt, as conflict with others, as an underlying sense of being unfulfilled. To give over fully feels frightening, as if it means losing ourselves. Yet the truth is the opposite. It's only in giving ourselves to God that we find our true steadiness and dignity. When we don't make that surrender, we end up bending to false powers instead. We submit to authority we don't trust, or we rebel blindly against it. We give ourselves over to a mate, a boss, money, or the approval of others. These substitutes hold us in confusion. We either collapse in fear or push back in anger. neither gives us peace. When God is our anchor, it changes everything. We can see clearly when authority is being abused and choose dignity, even if it costs us something. We can also see when authority is fair and not confuse it with oppression. Our choices stop being about fear or rebellion and become about truth. We act with strength when strength is needed and yield with grace when yielding is right. This is where positive aggression has a place, not aggression born of rage or fear, but the life force that expands, creates, and says yes to growth. This kind of movement doesn't drain us. It energizes us. It's the soul moving in rhythm with God's will. The longer we resist this path, the more guilt and weakness we carry. It shows up in hesitation, in self-punishment, in cycles we can't seem to break. No explanation on the psychological or physical level will fully resolve it until we address the spiritual root. Surrender to God is not a single moment. It's a daily choice, often in the small and hidden corners of life. Every time we say yes, a new strength rises. What once felt like loss now feels like freedom. Christ's words ring true here. To lose yourself in God is to find yourself. To lose yourself in God is to find yourself. In that place, wisdom flows without strain. You know when to stand up and when to soften, not through calculation, more as a natural knowing. Your actions carry a different tone, a different effect. They align with the peace at the center of your being, where nothing is missing, nothing is out of place. So notice where in your life the effects feel heavy, where there is fear, conflict, or emptiness. That is where the deeper cause is still a refusal to surrender. And notice too where joy, clarity, and harmony are present. Their surrender has already happened. Use this as a guide. It's simple, though not always easy. Each act of trust sets a new cause in motion. Each yes to God carries its own effect, one of freedom, clarity, and peace. Love you. Connect soon.